Welcome to the DraftKings Pick6 series here with Nate and Josh. We are rolling through DraftKings Pick6, the latest DFS pick'em style option and platform available on DraftKings for you guys. We've gone through a couple videos already, so make sure you don't miss any of the beginning tutorial videos, I should say. We go through exactly how to sign up, exactly how to play and what it is. We also have a nice strategy video up for you guys, so you can make sure that you understand how to make your picks and how to be successful on this platform. But for today, we're going to get into the thing that everybody wants to talk about, which is the money, the payouts, how the payout structure works for you guys, how much you can win on DraftKings. So let's get right into it. So how much can you win on DraftKings Pick6? Obviously, like any sports betting platform, it's going to be based on how much you bet, but also the odds that you're getting back for the parlays that you create. So I've already created one here for the NBA on Wednesday and just want to go into my picks so that you can see the ones that you have. So upcoming is going to be the ones that are live or at least about to get started for you that you have in the queue here. So I've already placed Anthony Davis more points, Jalen Green fewer points, Franz Wagner fewer points, and J-Dub over. This is not betting advice. This was me using this for an example, just to be clear. That said, the way that you want to understand exactly how the payouts work here is you can see I put $5 in. The most I am likely to win here is $40. But I can get into a few more details here if I click the little arrow at the bottom and show you the prizing summary. If I do get 4 correct, I'm going to win 8 times my money. That's how I get the $40. But let's talk about, if you click on this view contest breakdown, this allows you to see a little bit more precisely how many participants are in the contest that your Pick6 entries have been sort of dispersed to, right? So I've got a $5 play here, which means I have 5 $1 entries that are now in 5 different tournaments for the most part. They might sometimes get put into the same one, but they do their best to make sure that you don't have 2 entries in one contest. Now, if I click on the actual contest ID, which is a hyperlink, I can see the total entries. The max that they're going to allow is going to be 1,667 entries. And I can see that in the total prizes right now with the amount of people in at 631, all at about $5, is going to be $1,000 in total prizes. Obviously, that's not the full amount, but there is a bit taken off the top by DraftKings for each tournament as well. So keep that in mind. But 4 out of 4 would net me the 8 times my money. And you can also, this will continue to be updated as more entries are added, and then the pool gets a little bit bigger for the money that you could win, right? So just a little bit of insight into the somewhat, it's not obscure. It's very clear how they're positioning these entries, but you need to know how many people are in each contest to be able to adequately calculate what your potential winnings could be.
Yeah, and then once you're in, you can, based on how many you get right, you get a certain percentage of that pot. Right. So if it's a 6-pick contest, because that's how these are divided, by the way, I mean, it's 2 picks goes into 2-pick contests, etc. Right. If you go 6 for 6, you get that percentage based on whoever also goes 6 for 6. It's possible that you're the only one who does it, and then you get $10,000 or more on your $1 investment. I mean, that's unlikely considering how many people are in these things, but that's just and another thing to remember is that they are fully guaranteed. So even if it doesn't fill with the entire spots, right, the payouts will the share of the payouts will be different, but the total pot is the same from DraftKings. They also do these promotions that, there's another way to win here. Right now, the autumn leaderboard, you get points based on how high you finish in each contest. So it's kind of your overall record. And first place for that is $10K right now, and 100 through 200 places, you earn 2 $20 tickets to their millionaire NFL contest. So $40 payout for everybody there. So yeah, it's about the money, of course, but it's also that dopamine hit, right? Of knowing that you got things right and then feeling like you've got a good handle on these things. So it's nice to be on the leaderboard and know that you're doing well with these.
Yep, and it's a little bit more than just the intangible feeling of success. It's definitely winning the money as well, to your point, but it's a nice boost to the ego.
Yeah, and so, I mean, the next step, if you do get one of these big payouts, is probably to cash out some money. You can just keep it on your DraftKings account. I'll bring up again that the DFS and the DraftKings Sportsbook accounts are linked to Pick6, so if those are legal in your state, you can just continue to use those funds. But if you want to withdraw from any of them, it's relatively simple. You go up to the top right, you find your account next to the deposit. they make it a little easier to deposit than withdraw, don't they? But you can get in there, you click withdraw, and once you confirm the amount that you want to withdraw, it just asks you basically what method you want to do. There's a lot of electronic methods. Yeah, Venmo is probably the easiest. I know some people might not want to do that. You can probably get a check officially mailed to you if you want to, maybe you want to frame it. Maybe you just want to hold that piece of paper. That might be a little surcharge for the postage on that. But yeah, it's a relatively simple payout process. And DraftKings, because they're such a huge company, is going to pay you out pretty quick. Probably only 1 to 2 days. If it's an electronic transfer, maybe longer if you do ask for it mailed.
Yep. 100%. And you can tell I only have Venmo currently connected to my account. Feel free to go ahead and Venmo me if you want, now that you have my account information as well. But no, it's a couple of different options that you have at your disposal. I've only connected Venmo to there. There are other options. And to your point, you can even just transfer it over to your regular DraftKings Sportsbook account. And then if it's easier for you to handle the withdrawals that way in one spot, nice and easy, the way that it's connected to the regular Sportsbook. Last thing we want to go over is the void policy here on DK Pick6, which is interesting because Nate mentioned a little while ago here in this video that you do get these lines locked. So once these come out, they don't move the way that sportsbooks lines move, meaning that you can get some pretty good value if things move a lot after you make your pick. But the important thing to remember is that affects voids as well, because when you talk about a player so for instance, Giannis is questionable right now. If you hit him at 32.5 and add him to a card, he is a pick set, I should say. He is now on your pick set. There's no getting rid of that. So let me take you over to the pick set that I already have up here and use AD as an example, right? If AD is not able to play in this game with that questionable tag that he has against the Memphis Grizzlies, then he will still be a part of my pick set, but it's voided. So it's not a loss and it's not a win. What that does, though, is affect the eventual payout if I do win, right? So now I have a pick set of 3 as opposed to 4, which means I'm only eligible to win the maximum amount that a 3 pick set would get me. But if I get all 3 right, I get the full amount that I would get for getting 100% right of a 3 pick set. It sounds a little bit confusing. There is some math going on behind the scenes here, but it's pretty simple because a 4 pick set that I get 100% right is going to give me more of a payout than a 3 pick set, right? So that's the sort of benefit and the detriment of having one of your picks voided is your max payout decreases, but you're not really penalized at all. You're just now playing with 3 picks instead of 4. So pretty fair way to play it, especially considering, right, Nate, that they don't change those lines once they're set.
Yeah, but it's important to remember that if these guys do play at all, there's no one saving you, right? I mean, it's an under. If AD were to go out there and play 1 quarter, obviously, and didn't hit his props, that would be an under. You can also get bets voided whether they're more or less, based on if guys meet the minimum play requirements,
right,
and are scratched, right. So it's risky to take guys with a questionable tag, especially in the NBA where this stuff does happen and happen quite frequently. But yeah, just something to take into account. But it's also something to take into account with the ownership percentage, just like in DFS. If people are scared that AD is not going to play and nobody's taking his over, you could have a unique over there that could move you higher on the leaderboard.
Yep. If you were the only person taking the brow because you're the only one with the galls to go ahead and take him, even with that questionable tag. So I agree with all that. And this is, like I said, I think this is a really fair way to portray things. Now, I do appreciate a locked line sort of situation here where you can just know what the opening line is and whether or not you like it, even a little bit after it opens. But that's all the time we have here for you in the payouts section of this series that we're putting through with you guys here for DraftKings Pick6. Definitely make sure to subscribe to that page. Check out the prior episodes that we have up for this series as well, so you understand exactly what you're doing here with DK Pick6. And until we see you next, happy betting.